and LT. Previous slide 1 of 42. Next slide. MGT. State troopers stand guard outside the First Baptist Church. Back after a mass shooting that killed 26 people in Sutherland Springs, Texas on November 7, 2017. A gunman wearing all black armed with an assault rifle opened fire on a small-town Texas church during Sunday morning services, killing 26 people and wounding 20 more in the last mass shooting to shock the United States. AFP photo, Mark Ralston. Photo credit should read Mark Ralston, AFP, Getty Images. Vice President Mike Pence visited the site of Texas' largest mass killing Wednesday with a heavy heart, and promised a swift investigation into military mistakes that allowed the shooter to buy guns. In Sutherland Springs, Pence spoke on the street in front of First Baptist Church, with Gov. Greg Abbott at his side. They were flanked by law enforcement, U.S. Reps. Will Hurd and Henry Cuellar, and U.S. Sen. Ted Cruz. The group also included Pastor Frank Pomeroy and Johnny Langendorf, who chased down Devin Kelley, the gunman who shot and killed 26 people. Langendorf joined a neighbor, Stephen Wilford, after Wilford fired his own rifle at the church shooter, and followed him on a highway until he crashed and took his own life. Pence was somber. He spoke of this hour of trial for the people of Sutherland Springs and the people of Texas. Karen and I come to this place with a heavy heart. 3 days ago, evil descended on this small town. He called the congregation a special church. We are deeply moved by their faith and resilience. Faith is stronger than evil. I'm here as Vice President to ensure that the full resources of the United States are brought to bear at President Donald Trump's direction, including more than 100 on-site FBI agents. And he quoted Trump, who said Sunday, "The American people are with you. We will never leave your side." Pence said the Air Force will quickly deliver results of its internal investigation into Wyatt didn't report Devin Kelley's conviction for assaulting his then-wife and stepson in 2012 to a federal database. The killer, he said, committed a crime by buying the rifle used Sunday. He lied on his application. He had a history of mental illness, and there were bureaucratic failures. Pence said, "We will find out why this information was not properly reported in 2012, and we are working with leaders in Congress to ensure this never happens again." Exchanging hugs with the mother of one victim, Abbott discovered the boy had been injured at the same part of his spinal cord as Abbott had been years ago. He said later, "I said, you know, one day, he may grow up to be governor." Abbott recalled at an afternoon press conference, joined by Pence and U.S. Sen. Ted Cruz. In this time, Wilford was there with Langendorf. Both Abbott and Pence emphasized the role of faith throughout the event and all that followed it. Abbott said the strongest power that exists is the power of God. Prayers make a difference, Pence said. He also told the stories of other heroes from within the church, referencing Ignacio Macias, who was shot 5 times but still helping first responders after the shooting, and Joanne Ward, who sacrificed her life to save her 5-year-old stepson. Later in the night, they were headed to a vigil at Floresville High School to honor those who had died in the horrific shooting. "We'll meet with the family of the fallen, put our arms around them, ensure them that every American has them in our hearts," said Pence. In Floresville, a large crowd at the city's high school awaited the vice president for a vigil to honor the victims. Earlier in the day, the group visited survivors of the shooting who were recovering at Brooke Army Medical Center. More than an hour before the vice president's 5:10 p.m. arrival in Sutherland Springs, law officers in the area swarmed Floresville because of a reported active shooter scare. Dozens of local, state and federal officers scoured the area about a mile from the high school, but determined all was clear and the calls into the office were not substantiated. Dispatchers with the Wilson County Sheriff's Office said no arrests were made in connection with the situation, though reporters saw at least one man being detained while he was questioned and later released. The vice president and his wife will return to Washington tonight. Staff writer Sylvia Foster Frau contributed to this report. G. Contreras at Express-News. Net Twitter, @GMainInVedland.